5 Surprising Delays to God's Promises Revealed. The journey to seeing God's promises fulfilled in our lives can sometimes feel like an endless wait. However, understanding the reasons behind these delays can be both enlightening and transformative. Here are 5 key factors that can delay God's promises from coming to pass, rooted in biblical wisdom. Lack of faith and doubt. Faith is the cornerstone of our relationship with God. Hebrews 11 verse 6 states, "And without faith, it is impossible to please God." When we doubt God's promises, we essentially question His ability and willingness to fulfill them. Remember the Israelites who wandered in the desert for 40 years due to their lack of faith, Numbers 14:33-34? Their doubt delayed their entry into the promised land. Disobedience. Obedience to God's commands is crucial. In 1 Samuel 15 verse 22, Samuel tells Saul, "To obey is better than sacrifice." Disobedience can create barriers between us and God's promises. Jonah's initial refusal to go to Nineveh delayed the deliverance of its people, Jonah 1 verses 1-3. Our disobedience can similarly delay the blessings God has in store for us. Unforgiveness and bitterness. Holding on to unforgiveness and bitterness can hinder our spiritual growth and delay God's promises. Ephesians 4 verses 31-32 urges us to get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Unforgiveness can create a spiritual blockage that prevents us from moving forward. Impatience and lack of endurance. God's timing is perfect, but our impatience can lead us to take matters into our own hands, often with disastrous results. Abraham and Sarah's impatience led to the birth of Ishmael, which complicated God's promise of Isaac, Genesis 16. James 1 verse 4 advises, "Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Patience is key to seeing God's promises fulfilled. Spiritual warfare. Sometimes, delays are due to spiritual battles. In Daniel 10 verses 12-13, Daniel's prayer was delayed for 21 days because of a spiritual battle. Understanding that we wrestle not against flesh and blood but against spiritual forces, Ephesians 6 verse 12, can help us remain steadfast in prayer and faith. Deep reflection. Are there areas in your life where doubt, disobedience, unforgiveness, impatience, or spiritual warfare might be delaying God's promises? Reflect on these questions and seek God's guidance to overcome these barriers. Conclusion: delays are not denials. Understanding these factors can help us align more closely with God's will and timing. Trust in His promises, remain obedient, forgive freely, exercise patience, and stay spiritually vigilant. In doing so, you'll find that God's promises are not only worth the wait but are fulfilled in ways more magnificent than you could ever imagine. Subscribe, like, follow, comment, and share.